Well, I had to do it sometime. This one is an American classic. It's Budweiser, the king of beers. This is, let's see, it started in 1876. It originally started as basically an American copy of a popular Czech Pilsner style beer called Budweiser Budvar. As imports were expensive at the time, they started making like local imitations of popular German and European style beers. And this one took off as one of the more popular ones in the United States of America. It's full of history. Budweiser began beechwood aging in 1876. It takes longer and it's more expensive, but it makes all the difference. Nothing else achieves the distinctive taste and smooth finish that only Budweiser is known for. Beechwood aged. Ooh. It's 5% alcohol by volume. It's got some more fine print here. It says, "This is the famous Budweiser beer. We know of no brand produced by any other brewer which costs so much to brew and age." Our exclusive beechwood aging process produces taste, a smoothness, and drinkability you will find in no other beer at any price. Wow. All right. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. To go along with the Budweiser Budvar thing, Budweiser Budvar is actually available over here, but it has to go by a different name because of a trademark dispute. Back when they decided to bring that import over here, and I can't remember, I think it was in the early, like very turn of the century, 1900s, they had a dispute where they weren't allowed to use that name over here. Budweiser is named after the town in the modern-day Czech Republic, or the Bohemian region, that's actually called Budweis. And the original beer, Budweiser, means that it comes from the city of Budweis. So, yeah, so Budweiser owns the rights to the name Budweiser over here, but over in Europe and other parts of the world, it's called... Even Budweiser has to call themselves just Bud, from what I've seen. More expensive than everybody else. Alright, anyway, so without further ado, let's crack this thing open and see what it looks like. I'm going to pick my A&W mug in here because it's just as American. Wow. Now... decent amount of head. Not really. But a finger. Finger. Dying off rather quick. I can't see that head lasting a long time. Color-wise. Bright straw yellow. Very pale. Maybe like a little bit of hinty yellow, but it's very, very light. If it's supposed to be like an American Pilsner or something. It's actually classified as an American adjunct lager, which means that it uses other things like rice and corn in order to boost the alcohol content and create a lighter beer, which is more marketable. Yeah, look, head, and wait for it. There you go, starting to show and it shine through the top. So, appearance compared to craft brew pilsners and authentic pilsners definitely leaves something to be desired. But many people like Budweiser. It didn't get to become the king of beers because it sucked. Did it? So, let's give it a sniff. It's almost got like a lemony scent. Light hints of apple. I imagine that's the scent of what they were supposed to be. Supposed to be what's considered hops in this. It's kind of lemony and a little bit like freshly poured, like fresh apple juice. Like if you were to buy a bottle of apple juice from the market and pour it, and it's the nice light kind. That's what this kind of smells like. There's a bit of a hint of pale malts, but it's very, very minute. Overall, that smell is very faint. Kind of what I've expected, but well, let's give it a taste. Again, that hot kind of smell of lemon and apple come out into the taste, and it's almost not bitter at all, but it has a little bit of a hop taste. It carries up in the roof of the mouth as a light, like zest, or like a sourness, very light sourness, more like a citrus zest, coming with that lemon and apple. Fades into an aftertaste, again very faint, of apple, or not of grains, like cereal grains, like rice and corn, maybe some oats. It gives it a nice, it's like a bit of a fruity taste coming into a grainy taste, but it's very light. And it's actually, for a 5% ABV lager, it's very watery. It's not dry at all. And the body is medium to light, but it's not dry at all. I'll be back in a bit with some thoughts. Alright, back with some thoughts. I gotta say, it's pretty bad that the most predominant taste within this beer is not the beer itself, but the adjuncts it uses to get a higher alcohol content with a lighter taste. The most apparent taste in this beer is the taste of like grains, like rice and corn. The thing is, those are not your typical traditional grains used in beer, and especially not in a Pilsner style lager. At the same time, as much as I want to hate this beer, the craft brewer and the brew fan in me screaming at me and saying it's Bud, I can't say that I absolutely hate this beer, because I gotta say it is nice and smooth and easy to drink. But that's not enough to save it from oblivion. What that means is that I don't hate this beer. I don't like it either. This is one of the banes of macro brew existence. It's beer this crappy is why what's driven a lot of people to choose craft brew, like microbrew and craft brew beers, just because they want something that's got a little bit more character. And this has no character. It's drinkable, but it's got no character, and it almost doesn't taste like beer. So, I'm not going to give it an extremely low rating, but it doesn't get a pass from me. I'm going to give it a 2.0. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. That's just what I think of it. I mean, it's not like it's not drinkable. In fact, I will finish this. It's just, there's much better out there. Plenty of better options. Yeah, so 2 out of 5.